why don't you take us through one of the moments in your life or, at the Australian Open where you've had to dig deep and switch into a mentally tough state to win?
Well, I'll give you two incidences of the good and the bad. The French Open, I can't remember what year it was, probably like 98 or 9 or something, and Lisa and I were dominating in doubles. And there was an incident that happened on the court where it was a very unjust situation that happened to me and to Lisa. And I was so angry at the person that I was playing against because she basically lied about a ball that hit her, and she was a friend of mine, an acquaintance friend. And I was so angry at her that I wanted to hit it. So it got to the point where we were up set point in the first set, and instead of just putting the ball away and winning the first set and then, probably winning in straight sets because we were dominating the world of doubles at that point in time, I had set point and I decided instead of just hitting it away as a winner and walking to the chair and sitting down and getting on with the point of why we're out there, which is winning, I decided I was going to hit my opponent with the ball. And then I was going to have a word to her about things, right? So it's going on in my brain. It's going crazy. I'm so angry still, right? After 4 or 5 games later, after the incident earlier in the set. And it's ruminating and I'm like so angry and I'm like, can't believe that. No, because I felt hard done by. Kind of how Serena was, right?
Yeah.
And I ended up, instead of just putting it away, I ended up trying to hit her and I missed the ball and it went out.
Oh, wow.
And we lost the point. And we lost that game.
Yeah.
And then we lost the next game where Lisa was serving for the first set. And we lost the match.
Mm.
And it was because of that very moment where I did not control myself, my anger. It's the biggest regret of my career. But it taught me a very good lesson because I said I'll never, ever do that again, to the point where I can't even focus on what I'm doing because all I'm thinking about is, essentially, I wasn't thinking about hurting this person. I was thinking about making a point to them, right? And so,
what an odd thing to concentrate on in that moment. Like it's just,
it was, because she claimed that the ball didn't hit her, and then I was going to hit her and be like, "Did that hit you?" It's like I had it all in my mind. I had this script in my mind.
And when you're there,
I was writing my own movie. I was like, "Oh, did that hit you?" And then I was like, "Oh my God, I lost my sanity."
Yeah.
For 20 minutes, And so, but it affected me in a way that it actually made me go, oh my God, never again. Even if I hate that person, I can't let that affect me because the objectivity of my life is to win, not to get revenge. Get revenge by winning, And then cut to the Australian Open where Lisa and I finally got our first match point at the Australian Open to win the Australian Open. And I'm like, it's 5-3 and we're playing Mary Pierce and Martina Hingis, and I hit a return and I came into the net. And my brain, I'm thinking, just get to the net, Rennae, get to the net, get to the net. You can make any volley under pressure, especially backhand volley. I was like, just get to the net, get as close as you can to the net. If they hit it to you, you can make it. This is what I'm thinking in my brain. So, of course, I make the return. I come in. Oh, my God, she's hit it right to me. I volleyed it back and I'm like, this is it. This is in my brain. Subconsciously, I'm like, this is the moment. And then I said, get close to the net because you can make the volley. And she hit it exactly where I wanted, right here on my backhand volley. And there's no way I'm losing that. There's no way I'm not making that and we're not winning this match. And it hit the tape. It went over my racket and it went in the court.
Oh.
And for a millisecond, I stood there like I was frozen in time, watching this ball go in. And the old me would have gone, oh, did everybody? Oh my God, that's so unlucky. Did everyone see that? And Lisa was just like, Lisa is opposite to me. She's just like, oh, head down, walk back.
Yeah.
Because Lisa shuts off the emotions to be able to handle the emotion. She like digs a hole, I make a mound, which is why we were good together. Yeah. Because she would push the sand back in, cover me up, and I would bring her back out of the hole and cover it up, right? So we had that yin yang. And so she just turned around and walked back, and I'm like, oh, but normally I would have just gone, look at this, terrible moment that I've just experienced. It's like, and what's the point? Yeah. Move on. Like Steffi, when I played with Steffi Graf, she was just like, she laughed at me one time, and I said, what are you laughing at? She goes, you look like an idiot. And I went, what? She goes, don't worry about that point. Let's move to the next, which is why she was so great. She could just compartmentalize and move on with disappointment, move on. I couldn't. I had to ruminate over it for 30 seconds so everybody could see and I could see and I could let because I'm just an emotional person.
Yeah.
And I stopped and I turned around and I said, okay, let's go. One more. Give me, I literally looked at Lisa and I go, give me another one.
Wow.
I mean, that's who is
Like,
this? Who
yeah.
are you? You know, and then sure enough, we got another match point.
Yeah.
And then another spectacular thing happened. Like I dove for a ball, blah, blah, blah. It was like it was such a dramatic game. It was like ridiculous. Anyway, we lost the game. And I sat down at the changeover and I looked at Lisa, and normally I would have been like, oh my God, or we would have been like, I can't believe that leg cord. Oh my, ruminating over the disappointment, right? And I looked at Lisa and I go, great job. We made them earn that game. I mean, at the time I was like,
Yeah. Who is this?
who am I?
Yeah.
Am I like some Dalai Bloody Lama? Like, what is going on here, you know? And so, but then if you see the film, you see me look back and I went, I got my water and I went, because I had that moment. I had that rougher moment where I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. But then I let it go because I was positive at the start. I had my moment and then I put my racket down, pulled my racket up, and because I had to serve for the match. So I had to be really positive at that moment. Lisa could still have her little negative moments because she wasn't in control of the start of the point like I was. And I got up and I said, come on, let's do this. I mean, those were the most impactful, I would say, 5 minutes of my life right there. Because for the first time in 5 minutes, I saw the necessity of not looking back and not ruminating over negative, and the goal was to win. And the only way I felt at that moment, because you're playing two great players who'd won multiple Grand Slams, who, this is like big deal for them, even though everyone is nervous, but they're so used to winning those big moments and we weren't. And so I was like, I have to do this.
Yeah.
And we did, and we won.